What are you looking for?
Looking for a blade. Gotta be careful when you stick your hand in those blades around. Just go to work?
Is there any little secrets you got when you set up a board?
No. No, just a standard setup. Well, I used to like take more time in setting up my board when I was younger, like elaborate sticker jobs and sometimes grip tape designs, but now thankfully, you know, I'm very fortunate. I get a lot of boards and I set them up pretty often that just doesn't feel worth the effort and time to do all that nowadays, because I'm always changing my boards anyway.
Yeah, aren't you like riding a twin nose or something?
Yep. I recently switched to riding a board with two noses. I don't know why I didn't do that earlier, because as much as I skate switch and my board's always twisting and turning, it makes sense to ride an even board. Most people ride double tail, but I'm riding double nose. Shout out to Dylan Jab. That was his idea. He created this shape for primitive with the double nose, and once I heard about it, I was like, oh man, I need to try that out. Like, it makes so much sense. So I'm skating a twin nose, 8.25. And now I don't ever have to think about which way my board is, or if I'm doing lines, I don't have to think about like landing a certain way, flipping my board around or whatever. It's just however it is, perfect.
How long you been riding 825s for?
A couple years probably, 2-3 years.
Do you think you'll go up like 8.3?
What's that?
Think you'll go up like 8.3?
I doubt it, but you never know. I actually was sometimes, or I actually was recently thinking about maybe even going back down to like 8.1.
Wow.
But every so often, like, you kind of like just want to switch things up, just, I don't know, for whatever reason, just like a fresh beginning. But I don't know, I haven't done it yet, so we'll see if I do. Man, this razor dull.
Uh-oh. Oh.
This razor is actually dull.
Do you get annoyed like if you accidentally take a chunk out of the grip?
Yeah, I don't like it. Like this right here, I'm not, like, it cut in too deep and it's like all uneven, but I mean, you know, I get a little annoyed, but whatever, keep it moving.
The board is like so gold that it's like looks like a mirror. Literally.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty reflective,
It's like double gold.
whatever that means, but yeah, it's extra gold.
Look at that.
It's really shiny. Got my signature diamond hardware. Mexican colors, you know, you always gotta represent your culture.
I bet so many kids don't know that, like to do that, because like I used to just put the hardware in and just like struggle.
Yeah, I mean, I've been setting up boards so long now, you know, you figure out little things that help make it easier, help move it along. Like even just doing this right here, Because even when you poke the holes through from the bottom, still, if you don't do what I'm doing here, you still have to kind of push the hardware in all aggressive, but this kind of helps it go in better. See, I used to, before I did the double nose, put the red bolt in front, just, you know, as an indicator, just so I could look at my board and see which way it is. But now that I have double tail, I just use all the black ones, because it doesn't matter which way my board is. Now I'm putting on my Venture 5.6s, 5.6 highs. I like a higher truck lately. Just feels good. Feels good for the pop. And 5.6s is like the perfect width for a 8.25 board. So like your trucks aren't hanging out too far, or they're not too short in. I made my whole setup bigger, basically. I went higher trucks. I went 52 wheels. Before, I was riding size 50 wheels and 8.1 and low trucks.
Is there a big difference in higher and low, like with pop wise?
Yeah, it just like is more, I don't know, there's more time before your nose hits the ground, and it gives you, I don't know, I feel like it gives you more time to like gain momentum on your pop. It's a little more leverage to it.
I'm struggling there, you're right.
Yeah. Sometimes the paint on the bolts just needs a little, needs to get stripped away.
There goes that one.
Yeah, there goes that.
Anything specific you're working on today?
Today, always, man. I'm always, you know, a lot of times when I come here, I have a plan of stuff that I want to do or work on or practice, whatever. So today's no different. Got plans.
What's your take on grip fingers? I feel like setting up boards, like one of my like pet peeves is like setting up the grip tape.
No, I don't really have an issue with that. I don't know. I don't really get grip fingers.
Do you make sure like all the bolts go all the way in?
Yeah, I make sure they're flush on top. It's time to pop the wheels on. See, setting up a complete is like, sometimes feels faster than just changing your board out with the trucks, because you have to take the board off and then put another board on, change the wheels, and do it all basically twice, whereas you just put it all on once when you're setting up a freshie. So right now, skating some Spitfire Formula 4s. I don't really have a wheel sponsor or anything, so I just kind of test out different wheels, and luckily my friends at Venture also own Spitfire, so sometimes when I order trucks, they'll send me a few pairs of wheels, so thank you guys. And lately, I've been riding Bone Swisses, just because they're the best bearings. So I don't have a bearing sponsor either, so I just get Bone Swisses. Sometimes I go buy them. Sometimes my man Vernal throw me a few pairs. And yeah, so. Sometimes I leave the graphic out, like on this board. I have the wheels out, but sometimes I put them inside.
Just a preference, huh?
Yeah, just kind of like random, just to switch things up.
What's usually like the first trick you do as soon as you set up a complete?
I don't think there is a usual. If I set up a complete, it's probably just an ollie. Just a couple little ollies to feel the pop and to roll around and test like the tightness of the trucks and get them to where I want them to be.
Do you skate super tight trucks?
No, I'd say they're a little bit on the tighter side, but not super tight. When I was real little, I used to skate them as loose as possible. But now I'm a lot heavier, so I wheel bite if I do that.
Think you got a KFC?
Probably.
First try?
Probably. then again, it won't be a pretty one. My kick flips aren't that good until I'm like really warmed up. For some reason, kick flips, I have to be warmed up for them to be really good. But I could probably pull off like a shitty one. And for the record, this is even the setup I'm gonna skate today. I'm actually gonna just put on a new board on that one because that's all broken in nice the way I like it. I've been like forgetting my board here at the park, and sometimes we'll go skate and we'll leave the house and I'll forget that my board's at the park, so I have to come here and get it. So I'm gonna keep one board at the park and bring one board back and forth, just so hopefully I won't have that problem anymore. I like to have a little bit of wiggle on my wheels, not too much. And last but not least, throw on my A-Shock sticker. Yeah, I usually put it like by one of the trucks. So I'll probably just put it right here like this. Kind of at an angle, just because it feels right. And that is my setup.
Don't forget the kickflip. We want to see.
Oh, these are loose.
Oh, they loose.
Tighten them up.
Three.
Still loose, but I'll let the bushings break in a little bit and then I'll tighten them up more. Okay, you ready? Let's see what we got. Oh, it's grippy.
How about switch?
I'm actually more happy about the regular one, because that one usually gives me trouble at the beginning of a session.